Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. And in today's video, we will be doing a March reset. I honestly am so excited to do March resets, or just reset videos in general, because I am never up to date with my reading journal. I'm never up to date with just like my bookish things. So this time we are doing it early enough. It's almost the end of February, but usually I do it in the month of the reset that I'm actually doing the reset. So, considering that this is still the end of February, I think it is a success. But in this video, we will be doing, like usual, our March reading journal setup. And yeah, I have sticker packs that I can use for my reading journal, and I am so excited. And it's also, I think, the beginning of like early spring. I feel like March is a weird month. It's not quite spring, not quite winter, but either way, I am excited to reset for the month. And this month, this video, I am considering that I'm gonna follow the trend and do none other than TBR jar. I know this is not quite a jar, but it is a mug that I painted a while back, and I was trying to make a library out of the mug. I'll show you. Let me take out everything. Let me take all the prompts out. So, the outside is quite boring. It's just like a house. I know it looks quite rough, but it is my first time painting potteries, so do not judge. And the inside, I have a little, I want to say cow inside a library. So I feel like that's kind of cute. And I know it's not a jar, and I know the thing with the whole TBR jar thing is that it's a jar, but I think as long as it's a container of some sort, it should be fine. So before we get into setting up our reading journal, I was thinking maybe we can pick our TBRs for the month. I have a few books that I absolutely have to read in March, so I will leave it to that. So we have here my TBR, and I'm going to show you my physical TBR. I know usually people have carts. I have sections in my bookshelves where it's all just my unread books. So let me show you. I hope you can see it quite well. It is this section as well. Usually it's not all in one place like this, but I thought for this video I will put them all in a couple section of my bookshelves. So it is this shelf, and this. So honestly, not so bad as before, but it is still quite bad. So let's just start and pick our first prompt. I picked one. Oh, before we start, I think I'm gonna pick around 6 books so that I'm not too overwhelmed, because I'm always so stressed if I'm not done with my TBR. But anyway, so the first prompt is a book you bought because you liked the cover. Okay. Okay, I've got many of those, honestly. One of them being, I'm just gonna pick like 3 and then we can decide from the 3. Honestly, this book I got from an Illumicrate box. And look at how pretty, guys, of Jade and Dragons. The side is sprayed, like stenciled, with a dragon. I hope you guys can see it. And it has end papers. And look at the hardcover, guys. It is gorgeous. And I hope you guys can see it. That's of Jade and Dragons. And the end paper. And the end paper is like this. And this is also the other end paper. Other books that I picked up just because of the covers. That is a good question. I don't know if I have any, guys. I feel like I'm not such a like judged by the cover kind of gal anyway. So, but I think if I have to choose, then just pretty covers. I would probably, let me put you down 1 second. Probably One for My Enemy. I did read the blurb, so I know what it's about, I think. But right now, I don't know. I know it's a retelling of Romeo and Juliet, if I'm not wrong. But it's like in New York City, so it's like urban fantasy. Is it fantasy? or it's just mafia romance. I've read a book by Olivia Blake, which is Atlas Six. I did not enjoy it at all, but I feel like something about this book, or like the blurb of this book, I'm just so interested in reading. So I don't know if necessarily because of the cover, but the cover convinced me to get it. So I think it counts for it. And the other book, okay, I found another one. It's also from Illumicrate. So I don't know. Everything from Illumicrate, usually I just look at the cover, and if it's good and if it sounds interesting, I will probably pick it up. But it is Mistress of Lies. I honestly, whenever I first saw this, I was like, it's okay, I guess. And then I saw the end papers and I was like, okay, I'm getting it just because of the covers. Wait, let me take the sleeve off. So, look at this. Oh, by the way, the title is Mistress of Lies. It is by K.M. Enright. Look at this, guys. I just hope that the book is as good as the end papers are like depicting it. Look at this. So, yeah. I think between the three, I think I'm going to pick up One for My Enemy because I don't know, something about Romeo and Juliet retelling is kind of interesting. So let me just put this down as our first book. So, next prompt. Read a book on your TBR with the longest title. So, let's look. I have Where the Crawdads Sing, that's 4. The Priory of the Orange Tree, that's 6. Oh gosh, I really don't want to read The Priory right now. There is The Summer I Turned Pretty is 5. What You Are Looking For is in the Library. Okay, that is definitely the longest so far. A Man Called Ove. No, I think that's it. Oh, When the Moon Hatched. No. Okay, no. I think I got the longest book. Let me just take it and then I'll show you. So, the book that I chose is none other than What You Are Looking For is in the Library by Michiko Aoyama. So, yeah, I know nothing about this, but it's probably about what I'm looking for in the library, honestly. But no, jokes aside, I've heard many good things about this book. I think that's why I got it. I also am not so well read in the translated work area section. So I'm excited to delve into this because, yeah, for example, another translated work that I've been loving so much recently is Frederick Backman's works. So, yeah, I don't think I've ever tried and read a Japanese translated novel. I've tried Before the Coffee Gets Cold, but I read like a few pages and then somehow I just put it down for no reason. So, yeah, I'm excited to pick this one up. So let's go to the third prompt. So here it says more than 500 pages. Oh, I don't know if I want to do physical TBR or I want to do also my Kindle TBR because there's a book in there that I'm actually quite intrigued to read, but I think I want to read it now. So that is conflicting. 1 second. Oh no, the book that I wanted to read is actually The Awakening. Zodiac Academy's first book, but let me look in my Goodreads and maybe there are books in there that I have on my Kindle that are over 500 pages long. Okay. I think I actually got it. It is in my Kindle, so it's not from my physical TBR, but it is in my digital TBR, I guess, in my Kindle TBR. It is none other than the 4th book in the Fae Isle series. I am currently obsessed with the Fae Isle series, and I am currently reading the 3rd book, and hopefully by March, I will be done with the 3rd book and I can get into the 4th book, it's called Queens of Mist and Madness by Lisette Marshall. So I think I will pick that one up. And yeah, I just don't have the physical copies of any of Lisette Marshall's books because somehow I cannot get it in Germany, which is annoying because I love the books. Let's move on to our fourth prompt. So what I got is published this year. I don't even know if I have any books that are published this year, cuz maybe Wild Eyes, Love Unwritten. Let me check. So, I have checked. So, the only book that is published this year that I have in my physical TBR is Ali Hazelwood's Deep End. I'm actually not really that excited to read this, but since the prompt said so, I will pick this. But yeah, I don't think I've heard many good things about this, but Ali Hazelwood, one of those authors for me where I just buy it, whatever the book is about, because I don't know, I just love her books. It's so fun. It's just some goofy romance time. So yeah, I have Deep End as my fourth prompt. Moving on to second to last prompt. So, there is one which is called trending on social media. That is quite difficult because I feel like every platform says different things. Let me scroll through TikTok and see what I can find. So, I just scrolled through TikTok for quite a bit and I found this person on TikTok. Her name is What Emmy Reads, and I saw her top 7 books. And I saw Empire Storms, which I've read, Akko SF, which is A Court of Silver Flames, I read too. But I have not read Metal Slinger or Zodiac Academy, The Reckoning. It could be like the last book though, because I wanted to read the first Zodiac Academy. I guess I can put that in Zodiac Academy, the first, and God of Malice by Rena Kent, A Shadow. A Shadow in the Ember by Jennifer L. Armentrout. Let me look if it's the second book in the Blood and Ash series. So I have 2 books, which is Metal Slinger by Rachel Schneider or Reign of Shadows and Endings by Melissa K. Rurich. Yeah, those 2. I know that I want to get rid of my, or like read through my physical TBR more, but I also have the books that I really want to read. So I think I will put probably Metal Slinger in as our 5th prompt book because I'm just really in the mood to read more fantasy and I've heard so many good things about Metal Slinger. So yeah, that will be our 5th book. And to the last prompt. So for our 6th prompt, it is a blue book. I honestly have quite a few blue books, as you guys could see over here. All these are blue. This is considered blue. I want to say this is also blue. I have many. So I think, let me think for a sec and then I will present to you 2 options. It's either The Bridge Kingdom by Daniel L. Jensen or A Man Called Ove by Frederick Buckman. So yeah, I am not sure what to pick. Probably The Bridge Kingdom because I'm in the mood for fantasy again. I mean, I feel like I'm always in the mood for fantasy. So let me take The Bridge Kingdom out and then we can talk about our whole entire TBR plus the one that are not also in the prompts. So let's talk about the TBR that I have for this month. Um, Let me try and remember which prompt is which book. I don't think this is in the order, but let me just pick out prompts, which is publish this year would be Deep End by Ali Hazelwood. And then I have More Than 500 Pages, which is the 4th book in the Fae Isle series, which is called Queens of Mist and Madness. And then I have a book you bought because you liked the cover, is Olivia Blake's One for My Enemy. And then I have read a book on your TBR with the longest title, which would be What You Are Looking For is in the Library by Michiko Aoyama. And then I have a blue book, which would be Bridge Kingdom by Daniel L. Jensen. And the last one, which is trending on social media, will be Metal Slinger by Rachel Schneider. And other books in my TBR right now that I am still like debating to put is The Well of Ascension by Brandon Sanderson, which is the second book in the Mistborn Era 1 series. I am excited to continue the series. I just received the audiobook as well, so I will be listening to it pretty soon. I think other than that, I will pick up a nonfiction, which I always pick up one. I try to always pick up one in like every month. And this month, or like February, is Loveology by John Mark Comer. It is a Christian nonfiction book, and I still haven't read it, but I'm planning to read it pretty soon. But for next month, I also want to pick a book up from him, which is John Mark Comer. I think I want to pick up God Has a Name. So yeah, I am excited to read that. I love his writing style, John Mark Comer's, and I've read a few books from him already and I really enjoyed it. And yeah, that is pretty much the TBR for this month slash for March. And I think now I've rambled on enough. Let's get into the reading journal setup for March. So this is quite a bit later, hence you see the sunset is coming. But I just finished filming my reading journal setup for March, and I really love how spring esque it looks. I am honestly not the biggest fan of spring. Spring is like second to least favorite. Summer is my I really do not enjoy summer. I feel like the background is mid. Anyway, either way, I finished a reading journal. It took me quite a bit to finish, but I loved it nonetheless. So, yeah, I'm honestly so excited to just see what I'll read in March. So, yeah, let me know down below what will you read in March. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Goodbye.